Hey guys, and welcome back to my channel. So today's video is kind of a September wrap-up, so I'm going to be telling you all about what I was up to this month and what I've learned in 1 month in my gap year.
If you're confused because this doesn't sound like the video you clicked to watch, you are absolutely right, and it's because after I recorded this video, I realized it was really long and not that great, so I re-edited it into a talk with a little bit more of a specific topic. And so now, Editing Rena would like to officially re-welcome you to today's video. Okay, let's go.
And I have my cat here as my guest. Say hi. Or not, I guess. September has been a really inspiring month for me, and the reason why it was so inspiring was two things that I was part of. The first thing was a dance performance, and the second thing was this thing called the Canadian Gap Year Association's Year Frosh Week. And I want to talk to you about kind of what I learned from each of those experiences. Did you see that? In the dance performance that I was in at the beginning of the month, I was able to meet this amazing person. It's hard to explain to you what makes this woman, this choreographer, such an amazing person. But she is just the most human person that I've ever met. And while I can't really explain what that actually means, I just want to tell you a couple of the things that I've learned from her that I will definitely cherish for the rest of my life. She is someone who can find the beauty and the deeper meaning of the smallest little things that I'm pretty sure just like 90% of us walk past without giving a second thought. I just really admire the way that she cherishes the little things, and she is able to celebrate those little moments or the big moments and put it into words, put it into movement. It made me realize that you can't let those little things walk by you. And once you understand that, I started to realize that each day meant a little bit more to me. A nothing day is not nothing. And as someone who's going into a gap year, I think that was a very important lesson for me to learn. I honestly learned so much in this past month that I simply can't put it all in this video. But I think that in itself is thanks to this dance performance that I was in. And I hate that I keep talking about the life stuff of this dance performance because, of course it was dance and I loved to dance. That was really fun. But the reason why it was so important to me was about more than the dance. It was the people that I met. This choreographer who believes that everything happens at that time for a reason, and who can feel like nobody else that I know can. It was the people that I danced with who, contrary to what I had previously believed that adulthood was like, was pursuing something that they truly enjoyed and working jobs that they loved, who were working towards these amazing dreams. It made me excited about what's to come. I'm not afraid that my youth, my golden days, is gonna be the peak of my life because now I've met these amazing people who are living their lives and are constantly becoming better versions of themselves. And I want to be like them, not the people who peak in their high school days. And then a week and a half after that, we go into the Gap Year Frosh Week. This was a 3-day online event with keynotes by professional motivational speakers and different panels and sessions to meet other people who are on gap years and to learn more about what you can make out of your gap year. And if any of you are going to be taking gap years next year or beyond, I highly recommend checking them out because, oh my goodness, it was such a blast. I got to talk to so many people who are my age, who are doing amazing things with their lives. People who started their own business and are doing really well in that. or people who are motivated enough to seek out opportunities for themselves, or better yet, create opportunities for themselves. I loved being able to surround myself with such motivated people. I can feel their energy kind of like rubbing off on me and molding me into a better version of myself. So between these two experiences, something that I've been noticing this month is kind of like how socializing in a gap year or maybe in adulthood is very different from how my social life was in school and what it probably will be like in university when I start. More specifically, so I did go to a very small high school, but even in that, I think I was friends with a good portion of this school. Like, I was friends with a lot of my classmates. I had friends like that were in younger grades than me. I even had friends in like grade 3, which is kind of sad, but not really. And I always knew that I would never be able to keep in touch with everybody. Like, that was something that I knew before I graduated. But like over the summer and coming into this month was when I started to really feel like I was kind of losing touch with the people that were kind of like background characters in my social life, and I just saw a very gradual decrease in the number of people that I kept in touch with, which is totally normal. I think I always had a pretty good attitude towards that, but it was still hard to accept that people that I once considered like, fun friends to be around were almost non-existent in my life anymore. Oh, there goes the cat. And I think part of the reason why that was so sad was because I wasn't getting a lot of exposure to new people in my life, which meant that I was just losing the number of people in my life as I wasn't getting any more. And that was kind of sad. But what the dance performance and the Gap Year Frosh Week did for me was it kind of connected me with people that I either share interests with or I share common values with, and they were just overall people that I never really ever got to spend time with in my life because they're very different from the people that I went to school with, or I guess went to school with. That's pretty much all the social interaction I had. I feel really, really good at the place that I am right now because I feel like all the connections that I have at the moment are very meaningful and they're purposeful. And purposeful social interaction is something that I never really considered. When I decided to take a gap year, I explicitly told one of my friends that I was gonna miss having like structured socialization. And I mean, to an extent, I think I still miss that. But I'm also kind of starting to love the feeling of knowing why every person in my life is in my life instead of them being there just out of proximity. I just find that the people in my life at the moment, whether they be new people or people that I've known for years, is that they give me comfort or they give me a lot of new things to think about, or they're people that I can relate to. And so if that is something that you're worried about, what they say is totally true. It's so hard to make friends or to make new connections when you're not put in a box with like thousands of people about the same age as you. But if you keep putting yourself out there in places that you might find these people, or even if you're not looking for new relationships, I think there's value in having even just one or two meaningful relationships that you truly find value in, as opposed to having like hundreds of people that you know, but they're just that, people that you know. So I don't really know what I wanted to do with this video, but I guess I just wanted to let out a little bit of this feeling that I've been getting this month. I feel so inspired. I feel so ready to conquer my life, as corny as that sounds. And I think that is something that I wouldn't have had the time to reflect on if I wasn't on a gap year. And so I'm not here to push the gap year on anybody by any means. But there's so much growth that you can see in a year, because I've already grown and it's been a month, and I can't wait what I am going to learn for another whole year. And neither can my cat. The crazy thing is, the month's not even over yet. I'm going to be going on a trip with my dad, but still, on a trip in like a week. And my little challenge for myself is to plan kind of the itinerary for that trip, because I'm hoping that I'll be able to do a little bit more traveling around like Japan and stuff over the next year. So another growth opportunity for me. So yeah, if you enjoyed this pseudo inspirational talk kind of thing, or you want to just show some love, or you like this pretty face, then it would mean the world to me if you subscribed, because I really want to make meaningful content for people who are, stuck in university decisions, gap year decisions, or just navigating through like late teens, early 20s, because I sure as hell used YouTube as a resource to try and like make big life decisions this past year, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you've gone down that hole. I know it. I just know it. So, yeah. Say bye. Bye. Okay, bye.